Oh, hello, hello. I'm so excited to come here with another interview. Erin Fluharty. I want to say it like with an Irish accent, Fluharty. Uh, but she is such a lovely gem. I've known her for a while, but I've really gotten to know her here in the last little bit. And she is a powerhouse leader. She lives in South Carolina, and she's going to share with us today what to do, like when you run out of friends and family, when you're part of the NFL, no friends or family left, right? That's my that's my little thing. And so Erin has is so good. She lives in South Carolina, but she moved. She originally was from the DC area, and so she's moved places and not known a soul, and continued to build her business. So, Erin, would you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got to this amazing place in your life?
Well, I love that. Thank you. That's all new to me, a new acronym. So yes, my name is Erin Fluharty. I am a superstar director. I actually started Cincy in 2012, and my story basically was my claim to fame is that I'm a reinstate. So don't give up on your reinstatements for sure. I like Carol said, I grew up in the DC area. I met my husband in the DC area, and then we relocated to Charleston. And the only reason we did is because we love the ocean, we love going to the beach. And I found out I was pregnant, and we were like, "There's no way we're going to be able to, grow a family." And in the DC area is so expensive. So um, but I actually the backstory to being able to do what I do with Sensi is that I was in the hotel industry. I actually had a job as a actually 2008. And just go back a little bit further. 2008, I lost all three jobs that I had that year because I was in marketing. I was laid off from every one of those, and so I had to change my direction of where I was gonna what I was gonna do with my career at that point, right? My quote unquote career. And so I went into hotel sales when I was 30 years old. And I literally took this huge pay cut. I was not able to afford much. I was living with my mom at the time. Oh, it was so embarrassing, y'all. But I will say that that was the what is it? The pivotal point that changed my life. I worked as a sales administrative assistant, worked my way up to a sales manager, to the next job. The next job after that was another sales manager where I was over an entire hotel. And the next job after that, I was in corporate apartment sales, and I was going door to door and talking to corporate companies. I would literally, you guys, I would walk in and talk to people, and we don't do that anymore. Like, that's such a lost art. And so I was able to do that, learn from that. I met my husband through that experience. And so we were together for a while, and ended up, I interviewed for a job at the Westin Washington Dulles. Those of you that don't know the area, it's right near the Washington Dulles Airport, and it's one of very beautiful hotel, corporate, a lot of catered events, weddings, things of that nature. So they didn't have a position for me, and I actually interviewed. They wanted to hire me and created a position for me, and it was called the proactive sales manager. And I used that. I actually brought a good amount of contacts from previous positions and reached out to them and was able to bring a lot of people with me, if that makes sense. So, the people have contracts; they're not allowed to leave other hotels, but I brought a lot of customers that I had already been using from previous hotels, brought them with me, and was able to bring them to the hotel and have them book either event space or tour groups or things like that. So I know this seems like it doesn't make any difference to what I'm doing in Sensi, but it really was a pivotal point of me realizing that this is what I'm using in Sensi to bring in new business. So if it makes a difference, I did want to say that a lot of people that I worked with didn't like that I was bringing them business because it was giving them like too much work. So I was finding too many people that were either looking for looking for ways to book their space or book their tour group or book, like let's say it's a Christmas party or something like that. So, and I did actually get people that had not been booking at the Westin, but had previously booked, but never came back. And there was a reason for that, and the person they were working with. So that was a really exciting part of my history with hotels. So fast forward to when I reinstated, because I was pregnant in 2012. Met my husband in 2012, but did not get pregnant until 2014. So make sure to clear that up. So we moved to South Carolina after we decided that we just were not going to be able to afford to raise children in the DC area. And I didn't know anybody. I knew no one in Charleston. And but what Carol wants me to talk about is the prospecting that I did. So I took my hotel experience for prospecting for new business, right? And I used that idea and utilized it on Facebook. So I will tell you, I met some of my best friends on Facebook through groups. Do you want to ask me questions, or do you want me to just keep going?
You're doing fantastic. You can keep going. It's fine.
I can talk too much, so I'm happy to just keep talking. But anyway, I actually utilized Facebook groups, so I was really into crochet. So I still am. I love to crochet, and so I met a really great group of women who we ended up crocheting together. So obviously, you know how that works. You meet people, and then you might meet other people because of those people, right? So and that just transitions to Scentsy. So true. Like you have your little circle of friends. Well, I always to get a piece of paper. I always draw a spider or a sun. You take it for what it is. So you have your friend. So then we're gonna say Carol. Carol is my friend, and you have all these people she knows. So Carol, you know 6 people, right? So 6 people know 6 other people. So then I've always done this like little image. So
Oh yeah.
each of those people, you draw off of those people. That's how you get out of your friendship circle. You have this friend who's going to introduce you to 6 other people, 10 other people. You never know. And I know
I
that
mean, I know people focus on that like large number, right? They're like, what you need a list of 100, right? We tell you guys 100, but I love your simplicity of that. 6 people, they each know 6 people, and you could do, if you like sevens better, you could do number 7, whatever. Like, what's your favorite number, right? Pick a number. 5, 5 people. They all know 5 people, but when you think about it, we are all interconnected. And isn't there that what's that game, like 7 degrees from Kevin Bacon or whatever, like, I mean, that has a lot of truth to it, right? As far as you can reach out and know a whole lot of people if you just think about who do you know and who are you close to, and then who do they know, and ask for referrals, right? Yeah.
right. And it really is like you have to be of the understanding that you are focusing on people not for the sale. You're focusing on them to grow to just grow that relationship. So one of my stories from the experience that I had with using Facebook, I know it's grown so much. There's so many new things you can do with Facebook, but my main thing that and honestly, Carol and I, we've talked about this. We say, okay, well, what are the 2 things you can do to grow your list? So you could say, going on to a common, or going through a common bond group. So let's say I love to crochet. So I do. I love to crochet. So I went out searching for people who like to crochet, and I just put it out there on, let's say it was a Somerville Moms group, and that's Somerville, South Carolina. That's where I live. And I put it out there. I said, is there anybody out there who likes to crochet? And I'd really like to get together because I'm learning. I was learning at the time. And I was hoping to find new people just to be friends. Like I said, I didn't know anybody here. So that's where it started. So I met people and have built one of the best relationships I have here. Her and I are still good friends. Almost 9 years later that we moved here. And, because of her, I met another group of people that she knew. And then there was another couple of people who attended the get-togethers that we had. Like we would get together like once a week. And then I had my baby, and so it kind of got a little crazy. But once that all kind of calmed down, we got together more. And then it became the Christmas thing. We got together for Christmas, a Christmas dinner or something, and then we'd get together for birthdays. And so it was always somebody adding to that group, and so I was constantly kind of adding to my list, right? So we all have this list, but you're not focused on it for Scentsy, you're focused on it for the relationship.
I think so
So
many people come at it where they feel salesy, right? They're like, "Oh, I'm in it for the sale." But then if you come at it from I'm in it to make new friendships and what's in it for them, what can I do to serve them? You're not going to feel sleazy or salesy or used car salesmanish, because and I think coming at it always from the sale is what's given our industry kind of a bad rap as well. Is people like, "Oh, I don't want to do network marketing or direct sales because of this or because of that." And it's just because some people weren't taught any different. They were taught to
mm-hmm.
go after the sale and to do the hardcore close and always ABC, always be closing, and like all these things. And so it's like it's refreshing to hear your take of we're in it for the relationship, because the relationship is what's going to keep your customers around. You can go after the sale, right? But the sale's only going to go so far. But if you
Right.
build a relationship, it will take you much further.
Right, and that's what
Yeah.
builds loyalty. Um, I don't understand the concept of somebody buying from me one time. Why don't they buy from me again? Like, I don't
Right.
understand that. Like,
Me
I'm
neither.
loyal to people. If they are good to me, I am loyal to them. And so when somebody like, I take it very personal. Somebody like
I take it personal when my customers leave. Are you kidding me? Like when somebody leaves or stops using a Scentsy, I was like, oh, it's like a stab in my own heart.
And it's like, what happened? Like, I have a neighbor down the street, total like tangent, of course, but I have a neighbor down the street. She hasn't bought from me in a long time. I'm like, what is happening with you, Elizabeth? Where are you? Like, so I'm like, I think you need some Scentsy in your life. And it's one of those things where I'm like, I walk every morning. So I'm like, maybe I should just take a little something and put it on her door and be like, hey, I'm thinking about you. And see, those are the kinds of things I think about. And I don't think there's enough people out there who think of others the way that you should in this business. And
Yeah,
it's
because I've always been told if somebody pops in your head, that it's there for a reason. Like you need to reach out to them, whether it's just to say hi or how are you doing or whatever. Like there are people that pop in your head that and it's put there by God, by the universe, by whatever you want to believe in, right? And so you need to act on those little impulses, and it can benefit you well.
I couldn't agree more. So going back to that common bond, so I would just suggest if you are looking to branch out of your friendship circle, because I know that that's a lot of people's issues or concerns or hurdles, I should say, is that going and finding that those few groups. Let's say you pick three groups, and one is, I don't know, maybe you love photography. So you'd go to maybe a photography group, and then, like, let's say local photography friends or whatever it's called. And then maybe you go to a group that's all about gardening, because we've got so many people who are in gardening and plants and things like that. And then, but it's not about, hey guys, hi, I'm Cincy, like buy Cincy from me. It's truly about, it is truly about putting yourself out there, saying, hey, my name is Carol, my name is Erin, I'm going to put my name out there and I'm going to say, I love plants. I want to learn more about this specific plant. Who has plants like this? Or, hey, I'm looking for a group of people, like one of my friends. Again, same person, Holly. I've known her for 9 years since we moved here, and she just taken off with her plants and her gardening. She's called a homesteader. Like, she has animals, and she's just doing the real life dream, and she's meeting people because of plants and gardening and livestock and chickens and all that. And that's what we have to do. We have to put ourselves out there to meet new people, and then you grow from that. But you've got to say, hey, my name is Erin. I live in Somerville. I'm looking for other people who are into gardening or into plants, this type of plant, or whatever it may be. Or maybe it's photography, or maybe it's crochet, whatever it is. But you've got to be willing to say, hey guys, this is me, but it's not about Scentsy. It's about you and what you love. And you're finding people who love the same things you love. Then the opposite of that is going to be very, very basic, and you're probably going to laugh at me because I know that many people have, but it's truly so simple. You're going to make a whole bunch of sample bags, whatever that looks like, whether it's a product list, a showcase brochure. Don't give catalogs away, guys. Like, just let's not do that. That is not what we do here. They are so expensive.
That is way too expensive, y'all. Let's just, we want to be efficient.
For parties. So, product list or showcase brochure, a non-wax sample, a sticker sheet. I would typically do something with some kind of join that has my information on it with my face, and Scentsy Club, and I have something for the purifier. But you can kind of mix and match whatever you want to put in your goodie bag. Okay, that's what we call them. They're going to be your goodie bags, and you're going to want to have probably at least 50, I would say. And you're going to be ready to roll with those goodie bags. And you're going to go on to a yard sale page or a buy sell trade page or a mom swap page, whatever that page looks like, but is meant for a huge audience. So you're looking for a group that has a huge audience. So we have a Charleston yard sale page or Charleston mom swap page, something along those lines. It's got like 60,000 people in it or something crazy like that. So that's a lot of the times that's where I'll go and I'll post. Literally, you guys, you can quote me to this and you can go back and look at all the history. I have 25 Scentsy goodie bags. Who wants one? Comment below. No pictures, no website, nothing. And the first time I ever did this, I was telling Carol, and that's what we got to talking about this interview. I said I had 74 people respond in maybe, I don't know, an hour max. And I had to cut off commenting because it was right before my wedding in 2015. This is the first time I had ever done it. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, holy moly, I'm going to have quite the job ahead of me. And this is when I was delivering them myself. I was not mailing them. Everybody was local, so it worked out, but it was still a lot of work.
That is a lot of deliveries, no matter how you chunk it out. And
Yeah.
so in full transparency, when Erin and I were talking about this, I was literally making it way more complicated than what it needed to be. And so I was like, I need all the like, what do you do? What do you do? And I kept asking her questions, and I'm sure she's like, oh my God, just stop. But it's true. I was overcomplicating it, and it isn't complicated. It's super simple. You just do whatever you have, even if it's a product list and just the like this, the sticker sense, right? If you just send this and a product sheet and, hey, thanks, I'm excited to meet you and learn more about you, or getting to know you and have them return something to you, whatever, it doesn't matter. But it's like, just get them done and get them out there. And so, yeah, you are just, it's amazing. I'm so sorry I made it so complicated.
You didn't. You're fine. I think people realize or don't realize, like, this business is a lot less complicated than we all make it out to be. And unfortunately, there's been a lot of things that we can use in our business to make it easier, but because not everybody sees it as easier, then it's more complicated to them. So we have to, like, I have really felt like I kind of found that spot where I feel like everybody can at least do a product list and, like you said, a sticker sheet. And you know what you could do? If you had to, you could deliver them. I did. I delivered mine. It took a while, but you could do it. If you didn't have the money to do like a stamp for it. But I would definitely suggest doing, getting enough to where you can afford, and then say that's how many I have. And then I will tell you that the point of the post is to get into your messages. So I have a YouTube video that I did. Is very, very old and not edited, not fancy, nothing professional at all, but basically showing my screen of these conversations. And really it's about liking the comment, friend requesting them, and then commenting for them to check their private messages, because you have to be their friend for them to see that message. And so getting them into private message on Facebook, maybe it's a DM on Instagram for those of you that like Instagram, but I think this is a little bit more, I think it's easier to do on Facebook. I'm old. I'm on Facebook. That's where I
Hey,
started.
don't sleep on Facebook, y'all. Facebook is a beast. I mean, for some people, their jam, and for other people, it's not. I get that, but don't sleep on Facebook because
Yeah.
Facebook. I have far more followers. I have far more things, and maybe it's just because of my age. I'm in my 40s, so boomers, we like that kind of thing. But whatever. I mean, I'm not a boomer. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even like that word, but I'm just saying, like, so don't sleep on Facebook. It's a powerful tool. And if you're not using it, maybe you should start using it and
Yeah.
just see.
And it would not cost you anything until you're ready to do the sample. So even doing the common bond groups and just putting yourself out there to meet people could be so beneficial to your business. Now, once you get to the point where you're like, okay, I can afford, because we're not telling anybody, hey, you need to do this right when you start your new business. Like, this is for those that maybe you're getting a little stuck. Maybe you're at the 6 to 12 month mark and you're like, I'm not really sure how to grow this. Maybe you've got a struggle bus with no parties. I hear that a lot, but that is going to be, it's going to be the same. It's going to be the same. You have to, what is it? What did I call it? Is it nurture? You have to nurture your current customers, but you also have to build your customer base, and then you have to nurture those people. You're constantly, I mean, look at us. We're SSDs, top tier of the business, and we're still building. You
We're
have to
still
keep
grinding it out because this business is not a build it and never have to work again. That's not, you will
right.
never be able to sit on the beach and never work again. That's not going to happen. But you can work from the beach, making new contacts from your phone. So, like, you can build this business to be something that is whatever you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can work from your car. You can work from, I know people who full-time RV that do this from an RV all over the world. They travel, you can go on vacation and work from the beach and meet new people. And you can find groups in the area where you're at and see if there's any local meetups. But I mean, the internet, you can meet people from all over the world. What you're limited to is, like, when you live somewhere, is you can go volunteer at some different organizations where you live. You can join networking events where you live, but that's limited to where you live. And so, but you can meet people in groups, in common interest groups from all over the world. And so, yes, you can do things locally. If you feel like I'm not comfortable online, totally fine. Go volunteer, go do something in your community, give back and give value. And I know that you mentioned when we were talking in these groups where you just put yourself out there, but then you have to contribute things to the group. So post memes, recipes, whatever kind of group it is, tips and tricks or things you've learned, or go live in there. And but you've got to contribute and create value in that group. And then people will start to be like, well, who is this chick? I kind of like what she's doing. And then they'll go to your profile, and your profile needs to be about what you're about, right? And then always, your every profile needs a link. So if you don't have a link to a link tree or to your to your website, you're missing opportunities for people to go and check you out, because they will secretly stalk you. They will
Yeah.
secretly look out to see who are you? What do you do? Do you have kids? Are you married? And I know that some people don't want to put their kids online, and that's 100% okay. Whatever you want to do, we fully respect that. But the more you can show about yourself and that you're a real person and that you're pretty awesome, because we all are pretty awesome, then you'll be successful, right? And you can meet all of these new people. And so, yeah, I think this has been so helpful. Did you have anything else that you wanted to add real quick? I
Well, I
mean,
mean, you were mentioning doing things that were not online, and so I definitely want to like throw it out there that if somebody has, like, I mean, we all seem to have like extra warmers. If you have a warmer, and something that I'm going to do next year for one of the churches I'm a kind of affiliated with, is doing a fundraiser for a church, putting a warmer at a church and having a QR code on a flyer and letting them know, whoever makes the purchase on your website, or they can fill out an order form, right? But to let them know, or you telling them that when they make a purchase, they're donating to their own organization, basically. So that kind of stemmed from doing a business display. So being able to go out and put your warmer out and maybe some samples and a business card or a flyer, and just being able to advertise your business. And it wouldn't cost you anything except for something maybe you already have on hand. So I definitely encourage getting out there. If you're not trying to do something on social media, that getting out there with your business in the community. I love building in the community, but I also love meeting people that are out of my current state. So
Yeah, absolutely. And I saw you just did a fundraiser too. You were able to donate quite a bit of money to an organization, to a daycare, and so it's like you can. There are tons of people right now struggling that need fundraisers. So that's an excellent way for you to get out, and you can even post on those buy sell pages that you're offering fundraisers. Anybody interested. So, and then you can start a conversation from there. But there are schools and private industries, dance churches, like all kinds of places need to raise money for their activities, and you can be the one that can bless them and can help them with that. So oh my gosh. Thank you, Erin. This has been so good. I hope everyone has got something out of this today. And don't worry, we'll have Erin back. She's got a lot more to share, but I don't want to make this too long because I want people to actually watch these things. And so we want you to keep watching and to keep loving it. And I'm just going to keep doing, oh gosh, some amazing interviews. Hopefully my reminders are going off because it's the top of the hour. I have other things to do. Imagine that. No, but anyway, I'm so excited to have you, Erin. Thank you for sharing your wealth of knowledge. You are truly a gem, and we will have you back again. So thank you.
thank you. See you soon.
Bye. I'm gonna stop.